Staff person for CCIC for many years and quite involved in the open forum process, which is looking at the development effectiveness of Canadian and international civil society organizations, because we all need to look at our own practice as development actors. We're major actors now in many countries, and we face incredible challenges in being effective. Small organizations probably face more challenges in some ways than most, just because of their size. It's more difficult to have the time to reflect on your practice. I think, though, that is the first task if one wants to pursue some of the work that the Open Forum has offered to all civil society. And you can see in the principles, but also in the framework that we've written to accompany the principles, that we offer some guidance. This guidance is very generic, and so it has to be applied to the context of the organization. It may be that with smaller organizations it may make more sense not to do it individually, but to do it collectively, either through the council, as in BCCIC, or as a sector, if there's a number of organizations working either in the same country or in the same sector. It may be possible to form a little working group and pursue issues along those lines. I think some of the challenges that small organizations face with respect to the framework is in areas like the demands around accountability, around transparency, and around to some degree, sometimes around equitable partnerships, in that smaller organizations are often staffed by one or two individuals who do all the jobs, and this makes it difficult to keep on top of all of the kind of good practice requirements that are in the framework. But if one does it more collectively, and I think we need to be innovative, because I think these principles are really important for our effectiveness as development actors. And so I know in some instances, for example in Ontario, where I've talked to the counterpart there, OCIC, there's a couple of organizations who are committing to work together to actually improve their own effectiveness in a certain area. So that may be a good approach to take. But the last thing to say is that the Open Forum is producing a implementation handbook, which well, I haven't seen it yet. I've seen the outline, and the intent is to have to learn from different practices that are already underway within different civil society in developing countries as well as in the North, and hopefully will reflect these issues around different scales of organizations and how they might take it on. So it'll be useful to use that tool to first reflect on what issues you want to address, and then look for the appropriate tools and resources. They're more or less out there. It's how we find the time to apply them to the work that we're doing.
Thank you, Brian.